This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Hello.
Hi.
Lock up your kids. Mum's on the loose.
Woo.
It's Astrid Ruban. How are you, doll?
Hi.
There's a tiny dog on
Hi.
you.
And here's my first child.
Yes, Frida's very excited to see you again. Uncontrollably so. What's happening? We finished Australian Survivor. You were watching.
Was I watching? I was watching. I was watching with all my eyes.
Thoughts on our new bisexual dynasty of
Biracial, bi-tribal.
of the miles of it all?
I was so disappointed at the beginning when they started voting out all the women.
Yes.
Because it was such a, the final 8 was it was 5-3 women.
It was the hottest jury of all time.
the jury glow up.
The slut dropping jury.
I was there for that. But the final 3 in the end, as much as I could not stand AJ, I appreciate him.
He was great. He was an essential
game.
worker for the show.
Yeah.
And we thank him for his service.
I
but
never
also,
want to meet him
I don't want to
IRL.
meet him. So
But it was real cute. And Kaylin, who doesn't show emotion, sobbing the whole way.
Oh, can we just have a minute silence for Kaylin?
Can we?
Oh, what just a gorgeous little baby. When his mum was there in that final challenge and he was like, okay, I'm just not going to speak now. And he regressed back to a little boy.
He went into his, iron shell.
Yes.
And he was, I don't know.
He's like Zen dissociative state.
Isn't his PhD flying drones over
Yeah.
Antarctica? So
of
he
course.
was in a drone over
He was.
Antarctica.
He was.
That's where he was.
What a fucking gorgeous human.
I want to meet him.
I actually really want to meet
Yeah.
Caleb, but you can't because he's in Norway rafting or some shit.
Can we? Can we email the ABC and get him on ABC, SBS?
Oh, Alone.
Next season of Alone.
Alone. He would be so
You-
good. Are you watching that currently?
Absolutely.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this season.
It's so good.
It's so good. The gorgeous deaf lady. Oh my God, Frida, what are you... I have a dog on my face.
In your face.
Kaylee. What a coin.
Oh, I loved her.
And incoming spoilers, but...
Great bum.
Oh, incredible. Actually, really hot cast.
Yeah.
But the hotties are being taken out.
Well, the hotties are asking the trees if they're allowed to camp there.
But that guy, the beautiful social worker guy that got obviously anyone with a young child in there, it's good luck to you. You're going to miss that child and tap out straight away.
As a mother,
yeah.
I couldn't do it.
As a mother of 4.
As a mother of 4, sometimes as a mother of 2 human children,
Yeah.
sometimes I want to scream
Excuse me?
into the void.
Who am I?
To you and Frida and the rest of them. But I couldn't do it.
No, I would get there for 1 minute and be like, do you know what? This is gorgeous. We love Tasmania, but also, nah.
Yeah. What do you mean kill a fish?
Yeah.
Sushi. Give me my sushi.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill the fish.
No.
But also the patty melons, I couldn't do it.
So there's some contestants that are so hell-bent on the trapping. I'm like, girl, catch an eel. Come on. As if you're going to trap something. And then the only thing that made its way into a trap was a cute little Tassie devil. Oh, there's the patty. But that
we
was
were on a cliffhanger.
That was
the last episode.
Yeah. But still, I just think that's a lot of effort for not much payoff.
I think some of these people are going through this because that's their business.
100%.
They've
got corporate
professional
talks to do after this.
They're going to try and they're not Gina. This is all I'm saying.
No one can ever be Gina.
Did you watch the first season of American Alone?
Yeah, some time ago. Remember, I think, didn't we watch it during lockdown?
Oh, yeah, possibly.
It was one of those shows. It was a great lockdown show.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes. But Alan, he was he was the guy, no spoilers, but he's the guy that won it.
Yeah.
And he made himself he would write little songs for himself. See, he won the mental game.
It is really a mental game. Or you can get a mean UTI and taken out that way. I was so mad for her.
I know.
I was like, she could have won because I think being deaf would make you so comfortable being by yourself, right? Just in that sense of like sensory deprivation. I feel like she'd be able to really like, I don't know.
Do you remember when there was one episode where she took her cochlear off?
Yes. Yep.
And then they cut the sound and
That
was
was great editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk more about great editing, by the way, when we get to the meat of this
yes,
episode.
we are. And meat there is.
Sorry, I just gave you your own segue.
No, I also wanted to check. Have you been watching Trixie and Katja's like to watch
Have
clips on
not.
YouTube? There's a really good one that I'm giving you as homework, which is them watching Love on the Spectrum. It is so good. I don't know how fresh it is, but it looks newish.
The American
The
one?
American one, which I look, but you know the American Love on the Spectrum, it's still the same like documentary maker as the Australian season because you hear his voice in it because you know how he's like interviewing them and they leave his voice in. It's the same voice. So I'm like, oh, good, at least he's making it.
I wouldn't trust it in the hands of an all-American production team.
It's still American casting though, and like I don't know. In the Australian one, I feel like they're all like really queer and stuff. Oh, but in the American one, it's pretty like. I don't know.
Well, let's not talk about American politics.
Yeah, let's not.
That's the vibe over there.
But just watching Katja in real time see people on the spectrum and then, maybe. like, she's like, I think I could be a little bit. And Trixie's like, girl. But watching that moment is a delight.
I love that.
And then she's also like obsessed with one of the contestants, this guy called Connor, who is gorgeous. But Katja's just every time he's on screen, she's like, Connor, come here. She's like, stop dating these women. It's me you're looking for. Like,
I'm a woman.
Yeah. So good. Also, Eurovision season is upon us, but you haven't dipped your toe in just yet.
Not into the acts so much. I did cock one eyebrow at the announcement of the hosts.
So who's the hosting? I've missed this.
So, I mean, I didn't read the article, but I'm pretty sure that this is what we're dealing with. Courtney Act.
Oh, you mean the SBS host?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Tony Armstrong and Courtney Act. Yeah, I did see that.
Tony Armstrong, who I don't think has watched Eurovision. I think they're going for the fresh take on this one.
I mean, he's coming in on the same par as Joel Creasy. Let's be honest. He had not seen much beforehand.
Yeah, but he's a little bit more in community.
True.
Isn't he?
I think Courtney is a fan. Obviously,
she knows them all.
She knows
She's
it.
Been to the parties.
Yeah, she went for what was it? Australia Decides that one year with that terrible song. Sorry, darling. But yeah, no, I think Tony is a good choice.
Yeah,
but
I like it.
You're right.
But it's opening it up to a new audience. I see what they're doing.
I see what they're doing. They're going to piss... Yeah, he's going to piss off the fans because you just know he's going to be like asking lots of annoying questions and Courtney's going to be like...
Don't read the comments.
Yeah. But no, I like the fresh energy. You have to bring him in. I got a little bit excited that we might see Julia Zemiro back.
What?
Well, just when they said there was going to be new hosts, I got a bit excited, but then unfortunately, not meant to be.
I didn't mean to troll you with the host announcement.
I thought you meant like the hosts of the show.
Yeah.
In Switzerland, it'll probably just be like some Swiss fucking
Roger
influencer
and his pet cow.
Roger Federer hosting would be such a bad choice. Like zero charisma. No, it'll be some like supermodel that's like, "Hello, Europe."
Who's Swiss?
I actually don't know. No. Do you reckon we're gonna get a Celine cameo? Celine Dion, a Celine hologram, maybe, like ABBA style,
in a bubble skirt.
Yeah, or in that like iconic tutu with like a blazer.
Celine's got the right attitude for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because did you watch that Celine doco?
No.
That was a lot, but good, mate. Because I don't really know anything about her. And watching that, I was like, oh yeah, you're exactly what I thought you are. You're very serious, but also. Like, you're the real deal.
She's actually got a sense of humour, though.
She does.
Yeah. But I think she's not well.
She's unwell. Yeah. Yes.
So we might get a video across.
Yeah, true. Or we might get, I don't know, just whack on a backing track.
We'll get Conchita doing Celine.
That, totally. And I fully support that. So some controversial contestants I want to touch on.
Go on.
Malta.
Touch away.
You're in the serving cunt of it all.
Malta, hang on.
Malta, her song was called Cunt.
Yes.
K-A-N-T.
Yeah.
And then they had to change it to serving.
Because, when you said that, I'm like, why do I know this? Because you said this to me.
Yeah. That, then Estonia, Tommy Cash, their song is called Espresso Macchiato, and it has caused political tension. The Italians are not okay about it. And I've got to say, you guys need to chill. It's pretty funny.
You need to chill your macchiatos.
Yeah. Need to ice those macchiatos. But that's
frappe.
slowly becoming my fave.
I need to go back and have a look at them all in depth.
Look. I reckon that those two are my faves. And then I also love Germany this year, which I never say. But this year they've got this little she looks like she's just rolled out of a tent at Golden Plains and hopped on stage.
Don't tell me they've cracked the code.
Yeah, they've finally gone, what do people want from Germany? Some
not what we've
raver
been giving
girl.
them.
Yeah, and she's just it's a hot little dance bop.
Do you know what? I've really enjoyed the new. I don't know what genre it is, but the Eurovision brand of new techno that's coming with all of those really strong cultural things.
It's back.
It used to be
hard.
just the Eastern Bloc and the Mediterranean that were given out weird club bangers, but now it's becoming the actual contenders.
True.
And I love it.
I guess
here for
Nemo's song last year had clubby it had a drum and bass beat and kind of some kooky production moments, which normally that stuff it doesn't do that well, but now and of course when something wins the next year we get 100 copycats of it.
But that's why it always flip-flops. It'll be ballad one year and then banger the next year. I'm worried that Frida's giving ASMR on my mic.
She's just very excited to have you here.
ASMR?
Yeah. ASMR lover. Did you fuck with Drag Race this season?
I did not.
Oh fuck! I'm jealous. It was bad.
I don't have the time.
Yeah, neither. I had it on
or
as
the inclination.
It's gone. She's done.
Gone.
Yeah.
I'll go for the Down Under, but
obviously, well, if and when Down Under when.
But the other ones, I lost the capacity to differentiate between all the fashion queens.
Yeah, and has just become
it's just
a fashion queen
it's a
show,
beauty pageant.
Yeah, and a platform for Rue to sell something. But I'm not
her
quite
brand
sure.
to AI bots.
That's
what we're going to see.
I think that's what it is. The
Drag Race GPT
training of the bots.
GTP.
This last season was a bit Drag Race GPT. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's lost me. It's for the kids now.
Yeah, totally. I feel so old watching it. I feel old. And there was one contestant this year, Lexi Love, who was 33 or something during filming,
she's been coming
and
up
they
in
called her grandma, and I was like,
"Oh, Papa,
do not,
yeah,
with that, you fucking children."
No,
but should we get into the reason for the season? Which you got the best bundle of episodes.
Yeah,
this show. So Below Deck Down Under, first 2 seasons were phenomenal. Because they were actually in Australia as well. That was a
ask
thing.
me what happened on them though. I've got
true.
no
Well,
idea.
there was there was the rapey guy.
Oh yeah.
What else? I don't know. Aisha was there going. Oh.
Aisha letting the guests drink before they went scuba diving, and then
We love that.
And she's like, "Oh, did I?"
RSA rules don't apply on maritime law.
That's my best.
Yeah, true. But as soon as the season finishes, actually, even before it finishes, all of their names are gone to me.
I also just remember there's a procession of chefs, and they never stick around. And
the chefs are usually the best. How do you feel about Tzarina?
She is
Chef
a
Chaos.
bag of nuts.
She was made to be on television.
No, but also I'm watching all of her trauma come to the surface.
Girl.
The unpopular girl is inside her is
He's strong. And he's calling out for, like,
barely
screaming out for
contained.
attention and love and care.
And just stop going after the South African bosuns.
I mean, you
As
can't
you
blame
know,
it.
I have a lot to say about the bosuns.
Yes, I do love that because she clearly clocked that he's just a man whore that was going to go for whatever. And she was kind of like, I'm cool with that. Like, I think she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing, but also she knew she was going to hurt her own feelings, and she continued to do it.
Self-destructive behaviour.
Yeah.
Big time.
Especially when you're around a cast that is designed to fuck.
Yeah. Oh my God, speaking of...
Am I allowed to swear? Yeah.
Yeah, please. It's encouraged. Did you see the trailer that just dropped, I think today, for the next Below Deck proper?
No.
It looks mental. So Captain Kerry is back. They're in St. Martin. And there's there's shots of, like, pretty much everyone on the cast hooking up with each other. Like, girls and girls, guys and guys. They brought back that, like, Scottish guy with the big dick. That's really, like, that was his whole personality.
Oh, God.
And he would pash anyone. And, like, him and Fraser are pashing. And then, like, the girlies are all pashing. I love it. It's, like, queerbaiting as fuck, this trailer, but also I'm so ready for this next season.
We're launching 1,000 OnlyFans careers.
Oh, I fucking hope so. Yeah. Yeah. It is slowly becoming maths.
Yeah.
But on a boat.
Maths.
And they actually do work.
Yeah. And no one... Well, they could all get married.
That'll be the next
The captain
one.
could just marry them all.
Marry them all.
At first sight.
Anyway, I'm jumping way ahead.
Married at first stoop.
Married at first. Stoop on a boat. So Tzarina, yes, we love. I love it that they had her with the other sous chef, whatever his name was,
Anthony?
and everyone, Anthony, and everyone was kind of like, who? Like you were trying to figure out who's right here, and turned out kind of neither of them. But now already, she's back to her old antics, and she's like trolling Alicia.
I was so disappointed because I thought, here she is. We're going to get to see like the good Tzarina who can actually be a chef, like a good chef, manage a department, delegate responsibilities, tasks properly, and
loves a curry.
And she's just letting her emotions rule.
I
It's
know.
so disappointing.
And unfortunately, she's distracted by. I think she's got some like private girls' school trauma or something. Because like when you talk about Lara and those eyebrows, but what is she? No, I think Lara was a flop casting choice.
I think you said it last time that she's too proficient at her job.
Yeah, she's like actually
she's
good.
too professional.
I don't want that. I want Kate
drama.
Chastain. I want Hannah Ferrier.
I don't know
I
if
want
I
an
can
Aisha
handle
Scott.
another
I
Kate.
want someone that is like good, but also
Has personality.
yeah, and is willing to speak up. I don't know. I think there's too much passive aggression from Lara. I don't like it.
I don't know. In this last episode, she started to like prod
Tzarina
Tzarina a bit.
Yeah. It's finally kicking off between. It's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
brewing
It was so
because they had the history,
it was
right?
flagged at the beginning.
Yeah, they told us on Ep1 like these two are gonna fucking go for it at
And
some
it's
point.
like they'd had a little conversation that said that about they're gearing us up to attack each other, but let's not do it. But now they're going to.
Yeah,
I hope.
I can't wait. Yeah, it's like the cliffhanger we've been left
I
on.
want to see Tzarina throw white plates across the room. I
They
hate
don't match the
white
theme.
plates. Yeah.
How are you feeling about Captain Jason? I feel like he's finally woken up, but the first half of the season he was on autopilot.
He picks and chooses. He's a little bit moody in that respect.
Yeah.
I think he takes himself seriously unless he's in a really silly mood, and then he'll be like, okay, we can be silly now.
Yeah.
But I think there's still part of him that's like, I'm a serious captain. It's like, no, babe, once you're on Below Deck, you're not.
And
once you've done ads in your bathers.
Your kimono range.
Yeah.
The kimono range is everything.
Yeah. You're a reality TV captain.
True. Yeah, I think he's still navigating that balance. And you're right. It's like he wants to be everyone's friend and like the cool dad, but it's like, but then when like Marina sort of does some back talk, he's like not into it. So it's kind of like, you're right. That did feel a little bit pick and choosy. Mind you, she was pretty like out of line, but
I love her.
I think me too.
Yeah.
She's really fun. At the start of the season, she wasn't giving me much, but now I'm like, oh, she's great.
I get her now. I wasn't seeing the hook. Now it's there.
Now it's there. Also, we're getting the tried and tested storyline of I don't want to do laundry anymore, which I'm like, girl, have you not seen this show? Don't ever say that you love doing laundry because you will be doing it for the whole season.
Whereas, you know what? If I was on a boat, I'd be like, laundry. Give me the
I
laundry.
would be like, give me the laundry.
I don't want to
I'm
talk
gonna
to
to these
guests.
fuckers.
I love doing laundry at home.
Yeah. It would
I'd
be
be
fun,
happy.
but I think variety is key. You
The
don't want to be
spice
doing
of life.
this is spice of life. You don't want to do the same shit.
No.
The whole time on the boat.
No, it's like
No,
data
no.
entry.
I wouldn't last a minute on those boats. Like they get the tips and everything, and you're like, yeah, cool, that's a lot of money. But then you think about the fact that they worked like pretty much for 24 hours straight.
And then they have to sleep in tiny little rooms with each other.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this boat is pretty palatial.
Yeah, but not for
But
not
still-
the crew quarters.
Although I think the crew quarters are like,
they?
I think it's because we've come straight from sailing yacht, where they are literally like sleeping with like a millimeter
Yeah,
between them
yeah.
or whatever. So it feels a bit more spacious. The fact they've got like 3 in a room, I don't think we had that on sailing.
What was the one? No, because remember when on Sailing Yacht when Gary and Colin and Hot Chef Marcos, they were all in a room together.
Oh,
and
they
that
were
was,
too, and that was like a little triangle.
that
I would
was
like
heaven,
to see.
yeah.
That chef was so hot
Even
and
when
so
he-
nice.
so good.
Yeah,
And he never came back because he was not having a bar of it.
he was like, "What is this
He's like,
cursed show?"
Yeah,
Um,
I'm out of here. I'm
He's
starting my
had
business.
never watched it before. You could tell.
Yeah.
Bree has faded into the BG a bit. I think now that her and Harry are like, they've like set that storyline up for us, and it's well and truly in the BG now. I think.
Yeah, and they have also had an off-camera discussion with each other saying, we know that they mic us up if we're going to go into a cabin, so let's not do that. Because, you know, when someone disappears into a cabin and the door closes, but you still get the sounds?
And it's like, oh. There was one girl one year that was like really turning it on, remember? And they would play it all, and she'd be like, oh.
Yeah, saying
And
the
she would
name.
say shit, and she was like, slap my ass and stuff. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. See, I reckon Harry
Yeah.
and Brie are like, we know, let's not do
Yeah,
that.
true. You think so? Or is Harry a virgin?
Nah,
He's
he's a Sydney private school boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he gives that lanky energy. Yeah. I don't know.
No,
I like Harry, but I just, yeah.
He gives off those vibes, but is definitely not. But I don't know. I can't explain it,
Yeah.
but no.
I can't tell where I sit with Harry. I find their whole relationship a bit snooze, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it
and I
is.
also still think it's a bit rich for her being like annoyed that he's not like, you know, throwing her against a wall and stooping her. I'm a bit like, come on.
She is like,
Because he's not that guy.
no, and she's also got this like hot girl experience
Uh-huh.
where that's what her life
Oh,
is. Great, good on you.
It's a little bit pick
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like she's wanting a little bit of the,
but that's not what
everything
you get
done
with
for her.
Harry.
No, if you want that, you need a Vihan or I don't know, a Nate perhaps.
Oh, which one was Nate?
Nate's all chin. He's one of our newbies.
He's the bosun. Yeah,
He's
chin.
the-
Chin
He
man.
is chin. Chinny chin.
And he's got a little anchor earring.
Oh my God. So red flag central when he walked in and his first thing was like, oh, I've been raised with strong women. I'm always surrounded by strong
As
women. I'm
soon
like,
as I
cut to him being
heard
misogyno AF.
But no, they put that in because Vihan was in the end. Obviously, they were edited it out.
Yeah.
The first bit, he was saying terrible things about women.
Yeah. Even at the start, he was like, oh, I'm chill. I used to strip at a gay club. So therefore, I'm a cool guy. It's like, no.
No, but the stuff he was outright saying about women before he had that blow up with Harry.
Oh, yeah. like disposable vibes.
That's
He
what
also
it
just
is.
assumed that everyone at all times wanted to fuck him, which I'm like, which I hate that like ended up being a little bit true with Tzarina kind of feeding into it.
Adair never did, thank God.
Oh my God. The way that he
But that
like
little...
wrote her the letter and then her face, I've never seen such a blank facial expression in my life.
Paper
like
plate.
Paper plate. She does it again in this group of episodes, I think. There's a bit where like, yeah, he's still after her and stuff. And no, it's when after he gets kicked off and she's just like, love and light. And she does not care at all.
She wanted a reason to get rid of him anyway. Because remember when the girls said, oh, this is what... I can't remember what he did.
Yeah.
Maybe it was whatever he did to Tzarina or was what he was saying. And she's like, oh, no, I really don't like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't care. You just want an excuse.
At no point was she interested, but she was like entertaining it, I think, because she must
wanted
be like
the airtime.
I think that and like doesn't like confrontation, maybe. I don't know.
No,
but she
also-
went along with it. But the paper plate of it all, like she was, she was just like, but.
You don't want to piss off your boss. That's the
But
thing.
she wasn't. She didn't reveal that she was happy that he left or sad. It was literally just like, but which I think that is even more hurtful, which is why I love it.
And did he
Apathetic.
message her or something? Did we get the little...
Oh,
boop,
did
boop,
we?
boop?
Boop, boop. We got some Johnny bloop bloop bloops, but
Yeah,
I think
we're
we're
still
getting
getting
those
Johnny
because
bloop, bloop, bloop.
Alicia's gonna stoop Nate. Let's be honest.
I was here for the Alicia.
Alicia, I like it's. I think it is
Alicia.
Alicia. Oh,
Anyway, I was here for that love story.
already forgotten her name. She's fun. I like her.
But she's been, like, since Johnny's gone, she's been putting on that lipstick.
Oh yeah. What
She's
does
been
Nate
giving
say? He's like,
us
oh, she's just like a pin-up girl. I was like,
little
okay,
redhead
calm
scarf,
down.
red lips, little
She's
strawberry
asking for
shortcake.
it. Yeah. I'm like, calm
They
down.
had an anchor
buddy.
on them. Calm down, you.
His tats are the worst. He's got a little kangaroo, which
Australian bloke.
so does Jojo Siwa. He's got a little, What I keep seeing them and I'm like, oh no. Oh, he's got a
Where's-
salmon because his
His
surname is
Salmon. Where's the Aussie Swazi?
Nate Salmon. Can you imagine? Like,
No.
This is actually Nate Salmon's Bucks party.
Do you know what? It sounds like the name of the footy captain from a shitty young adult fiction novel that was written in the 90s.
Yes, like Tomorrow Where the War Began 3. And, the
Nate Salmon.
I was going to say quarterback because I don't know what the AFL positions
full
are called.
forward.
Thank you. The full forward Nate Salmon was getting changed in the fucking change.
In the back of his ute.
And then boom, the world ended. Yeah, I'm
Nah,
liking
I don't-
Nate. What about Nicholas?
I've been waiting for you to ask
What
me about this.
a precious angel.
This is a guy who just got hot overnight,
Ah.
didn't even
Hot.
realise it, and
He's
doesn't
pretty-
know
he's
what
pretty.
to do with it.
He's giving like K-pop idol pretty.
Yep.
Like the hair and the kind of like meek expressions.
But that bone structure.
Stunning.
Did you see the pictures of his dad?
Yeah.
Who
What-
looked like he was in the cast of the most recent White Lotus.
He looks like a Walton Goggins adjacent.
Yeah.
Also, I can see him and I can see Bravo putting him on this show at some point as well.
Totally.
Like Captain Jason will get like
Maybe it was
an infection and then we'll have to get in dad like
Well, they're not
Nicholas's dad.
They're not going to pull Captain Lee out of cryo.
Oh my god. Captain Lee, R.I.P. They had to pry him off that boat.
Like a barnacle.
Yeah, he was
He was. you
over my dead body.
I'll eat your ass.
That's right. I'll eat your ass.
Doesn't mean what it thinks. What you think it does.
So good. Who's left? Johnny
Oh,
Groral.
I mean, as soon
I
as
hate how attracted I was to Johnny.
same.
He was
I mean,
hot,
I
but
didn't-
Greek men, come on,
Yeah,
they're
right?
all hot.
But that thing when he punched the wall and then saw the camera, bit his knuckle out at the side, looked at it out of the side of his eye, and then covered it.
Covered the camera.
That is a meme. The knuckle bite.
It's It
was-
Whoops.
whoops.
What did I just
But
do?
also, thank God it was
On camera?
No, because it was about something that Vihan was saying, and it wasn't like like with a woman in the room.
True.
I mean,
because
I'm not a violence person.
Neither. But I love that. So because we saw in the trailer, yes, Rita, hello. In the trailer, we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So the whole mystery was why, and in my mind, it had to be about. Like I thought there was going to be, I don't know, something to do with a girl.
Yeah, of course.
And then maybe even I thought it could be something to do with like, a promotion or like someone getting in trouble for something they didn't do from the captain.
Well,
like
that's what they were.
fuckery.
That's what they were sort of angling for as well, because they were that whole like Vian's pissing everybody off thing was there, but I don't know. Johnny was he playing neutral man, or was he being a bit of a bootlicker?
He was actually shit stirring a bit. Like in that episode, he was passing on info that had been gossiped about.
But he was kind of in Vian's like
but he was sucking up to. That's the weird thing. It's like him and Vian were very tight. He was a Vian apologist, and he was very on Vian's side with the Harry stuff. He was kind of like, "Shut up, Harry! Stop being a little sook." Almost. Yeah,
I think there was like, and that's like the hierarchical thing.
Yeah.
Was it? Or was it like, Harry, you're a bit too young, come on, let the...
Maybe.
I don't know. That
Harry's kind of sensitive, which I love. But I think Johnny obviously...
Well, Johnny is equally emotional, wall punching. He just
Well, that's the thing. It just comes out in different ways. And for Harry, it's having a little cry with the girlies, which I can relate to. But then...
Can't we all?
You know what I mean? But then like punching a hole in the wall, which like, you know, those maths producers were like, damn, how did they get theirs on camera? We didn't get ours on camera. And also, no, like, hope you'd taken notes, fucking 9, because they correctly booted him.
That is the thing about Captain Jason. He is not afraid to wield an axe. Although I feel like the thing that Jason wanted to say that maybe they cut it off, or maybe he was told not to say, is like, I would have you back. Because I feel like he wanted to say that.
Yeah, true. I mean, we'll get to it later, but they both took it really well. Normally when you get kicked off, there's a little bit of especially when it's like a man. They're like, well, but I'm perfect and I just made one mistake. These two, I think they were like, yep, we get it.
Well, Johnny kind of walked himself out.
And that was going to happen.
But
like Vian basically got kicked out for just being a shit guy.
He was not good. He didn't even do his job.
Not good at his job, and he was like causing issues by being a shit guy.
Everyone.
Yeah. I know.
And for being not cute.
Not cute and not...
and not as
being
hot as you are on record.
I will
as
admit
stating.
that little rig was quite cute. There was a lot of shots of his butt in bed, and I can't pretend that I wasn't interested in those.
No.
But
he never had
talked a big game shaking it at beefcakes.
But only when he was in the mood to be objectified.
Yeah, I love that. It's like, actually love it. That was my favourite part of this season still, when he was so upset about that.
Being put in little shorty
It was
shorts.
like he'd just been like assaulted, and he was like going like,
how
crying.
dare you do this to me?
And then they cut back 10 minutes earlier, him being like, oh, suck it up, Harry. It's for the tip. I was like, that is great television.
Yeah, those. It's a special factory that they get their South African piss cat bisons from.
The Borsons.
Who
occasionally they are from Zim.
Who was from Zim?
Joao.
See, I was going to put him in there.
All of these men, they're so toxic, and I find them so hot, and I don't care.
Even Gary?
No, not Gary. Gross. Gary is an anomaly.
Who was the OG Ashton?
Because they all want to fuck Gary, but he's just... I don't understand why anyone wants to fuck Gary, but they all do.
His hair?
I don't know. He must just...
He got a bit shredded for this last season. He must have looked back on his previous seasons and been
He's got like an alcoholic glow to him.
Funny about that.
Yeah. Yep. Can I cast your mind back to episode 9, which was called Foam Party? So that's where we're going to start.
Yep.
This was really like a tension building episode, and probably the few before that as well. We were kind of building. This is where we start with the rest of the crew in the hot tub. Harry takes Bree to the guest cabin. And as you've said, you reckon they did a little bit of let's not do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's done it all up with some rose petal heart shapes on the bed. Cute or cringe?
Look, there was a time in my life that maybe that would have been cute. Yeah. And, if I was Harry's age, sure. Now,
yeah,
withered old crone, no.
Is Harry hot?
I'd be like, who's going to clean up those rose petals?
Yeah.
Is Harry hot? Harry's lovable.
Yeah, true.
And you know what? If you...
yeah.
If you were to, like, take photos of all of the different parts of him...
Yes.
And write a dot point list of all of the lovely things that he did. You'd go, here
and
is
then all together,
a real panty dropper.
Work. Yeah, you're right. But every now and then I catch a glimpse of his like arms or like his face or something. And I'm like,
yeah,
hot. And then all together I'm like, nah.
It's got some kind of gangle in it. But maybe it's one of those things that translates differently to an American audience. You know how they love our accent, which is like kind of cringe?
Yeah. Do they? Sometimes.
I don't know.
They like making fun of it too, which I also I encourage. Yeah, sometimes it's hot and sometimes it's like really silly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it's how we feel about South African accents or Kiwi accents. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of silly. Most people don't think they're hot, but like I don't know. Secretly, we.
I don't know, Sim.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sim.
Yeah. Vihan's plan to shtup Adair is also afoot. Is this episode pre-letter? No. This is post-letter, I believe. Yeah. Yep. They kiss in the kitchen before going to their separate cabins. Adair turns the lights off and scrolls through her phone. The shots of Adair in bed scrolling on her phone with that paper plate in full paper plate mode.
She's going through the motions. That is all it is. I look at that as a trauma response.
She's dissociating.
Yes, hard.
It's like, wow. People are going to
I feel like she's like boxed in. She's so young.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's from Hicksville.
Mm-hmm.
She wants a guy with a truck.
Yeah, which Vihan was never going to deliver.
I think, do you know what? That conversation, jumping forward and we'll get there, but she had a little conversation with the hottie, Maria. I can never remember her name.
Marina.
Marina
Gasolina.
Saying, Nick partied with the guests.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
Fully implying that he'd for everyone else that he stooked.
Which even she was like.
But you know what this reminds me of? I did a summer camp in America with 16-year-old girls, and I remember one of them saying, "Oh, I've got this boyfriend. We've been together for 4 months. I'm just deciding whether or not we should kiss." And I'm like, "What?
Excuse me."
That's
is a Bible camp?
Cuddles of a Bible camp, right? That's what I feel like Adair is.
Yeah, Adair is giving Bible camp energy.
Like,
but you're right. Something's happened because she
Purity
can shut
ring.
off. Yes. Do you reckon she's from like a cult or something?
Oh,
that's how shut off she is.
Yeah. Cult of pickup trucks.
I just want a man with a pickup truck. She doesn't sound like that at all.
No.
And she doesn't look like she's
she's gorgeous.
So gorgeous. Yeah. It's
anyway.
A whole vibe anyway. This is when Marina gets mouthy with Captain Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Captain Jason. And he finally kind of activates because it's not
Captain
on.
mode.
Yeah. Gets his dad pants on. And also some drama about her laundry position begins to escalate. And I love Lara is so classic. Like she's not investing in her staff. She's like, there's no professional development opportunities.
But also Jason's saying to Lara, put her on service.
And she's like,
And she's like,
but she's just not very good though, is she? And Jason's like, well, how do you
how
know?
Do you know?
She hasn't been given the opportunity.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Lara's a little bit like, but she's not blonde enough to be on service. Like she does want the like model girlies on the floor. It is giving that.
But it's more like she's not my bestie enough for me to bother progressing her.
Yeah, and that.
Yeah.
But I also think she wants her and Adair and Bree to be like visible. I don't know. She's a mean girl. Like Lara is like mean school girl vibes.
Do you know what? Blonde, you're right, because she's grooming Alicia as well.
True.
She wants her up.
She likes the little blonde girly cult. Yeah. I know what these girls are like. It's a bit Jamae.
You've got more experience with those girls than I do.
Unfortunately.
And I went to an all-girls school.
Tensions between Harry and Vihan also escalate. Vihan has tiny man syndrome. Let's be like hard. He's like
Again, the South African bosun factory is
but
pumping out the same guys.
Harry's like twice his height.
Yeah.
And I love watching him try and like belittle someone that is like towering over him. It's kind of impressive.
Well, you've got
chunky nugget.
Frida here.
I know.
I mean, you know all about it.
She does whip me into shape.
She
Yes,
does.
honey, we're still recording. Hello. Yeah, I do enjoy this stuff. Later on, when they get into it in the cabin, like, what the... like, how he's like, don't even talk to me right now, or whatever. And Harry's like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what? Sorry?
There's a man who doesn't know what his own point is, and
He
just
has
wants
no idea.
to yell.
He knows that he wants to be authoritative, but he doesn't know why or how.
No, and so he's using his authority to say, "Don't talk to me," which makes no sense whatsoever. But I'm sure in his mind it looked really grown up and powerful.
Yeah,
I'm ending this conversation now.
And in his mind, I think it's like when you're in that position, like bosun, you are like gifted, like powers,
Divine authority.
Yeah. But whereas like he doesn't think that you have to like display like leadership behavior. He's like, well, no, I've got this, so like I'm choosing to use it in this way.
Well, if he's got divine powers, it's a position that's just opened up.
Oh God, no. The smoke turns to
Smoke is
brown.
white for Vihan.
Vihan comes out of the chimney. How are they going with that? I'm not following that.
How are they
Are they
going
still?
with it?
Are they
I
still
don't
in?
know.
Are they still deliberating backstage in the Interior Illusions Lounge?
I think so. I think Rue's still talking with her squirrel friends.
Yeah, Rue does make the final decision.
Sure.
It's hers to make.
I mean, they're wearing fabulous gowns, so why not?
Oh, these guests are cooked and they have a phone party, as the name of the episode would.
That phone party should have been illegal.
It
Did
was
you?
fucked.
I've never understood like the appeal of phone parties until I saw
To
that.
be a bit gropey, maybe.
I just think of how
And
dry it will make my skin.
yeah,
It's
you're
just
right. The next day,
dish soap,
it's dish
isn't it?
soap, and the next day your skin is going to be like a fucking
I've
desert.
only just repaired my barrier, man. I don't need that. But I've never seen a phone party that
funny.
hectic.
It was wild.
Was it on another episode of Below Deck where they had a foam party that the foam just didn't foam?
Probably.
Was it with
A
Gary or
letdown.
something?
Yeah.
Or was it the incredible Below Deck adventure?
Oh, but I took adventure. Fuck, that season was floppy. Yeah, occasionally there's a foam party, and varying degrees of foam. This
But
was
this
probably the
one,
foamiest.
I don't think that production or the boat owners would have signed off if they'd known that
Fuck
it was
no.
going to be that
No.
foamy.
But they got their drone shot for the promos, so well done.
Good on them.
Lara and Vian dispute. So they're kind of, this whole time they've been low key disagreeing, but it hasn't been as like overt as the like head of department drama normally is. When you have a character like a Hannah or a Kate or like someone that is not afraid of confrontation, we see this. But like actually I think Aisha was a bit confrontation adverse as well.
No, it's just Aisha wouldn't let the confrontation escalate. She was
That's
really
right.
good at just
That's
saying
right.
it in a neutral tone.
That's right. True.
And she wouldn't sort of step it back. She'd be like,
Yeah.
no, this is how it is, okay?
Yeah.
And I would have a hard time arguing with Aisha because I'm like,
Yeah.
you sound so reasonable.
I think Lara's approach is to just be as popular as possible. I don't think she cares about what Captain Jason thinks. She wants the popularity of the girlies on the boat, which she has.
Yeah.
So she feels a little bit invincible that
I just
way.
wonder what her next career move. Like, is she a career stew or
Eyebrow
is she?
technician.
Her eyebrows made sense to me only
They're
when she had a
stuck
really
in
heavy
2010.
cat
Yeah.
eyeliner.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, okay, you're going for a 60s fembot thing here.
Trixie Mattel.
And Trixie
Yeah,
Mattel.
but before that, it was.
But otherwise,
Why?
they're not an everyday eyebrow.
That's
babe.
not. No, I feel like she got them tattooed on. It's too late or something.
Yeah.
But girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time to go back and revise that decision.
Yeah, so that episode kind of finishes with Vihan going straight to Captain Jason like a kid seeing the principal.
Because he didn't think Johnny cleaned up enough foam.
Yes, yep. So
And,
yeah,
and,
it's
and
like
he was
it's like
spraying when the guests were
sun
there.
deck cleaning drama, which I was like, whoa, this season's on fire. When the cliffhanger is, you did not clean up the bubbles. It's like, fuck, this is going to be a long season.
But also, Vihan, he probably won't rewatch this season because he has no self-awareness, but he didn't see that fucking foam.
You did not see how much foam there was.
No.
Mate.
That foam was taller than Harry.
You were too busy writing love notes to Adair.
At
look,
a
your
6th
face.
grade level.
Your face resembles a paper plate.
I would like to eat off it.
Yes.
Macromeal.
I would love to eat a buffet of premium crude
Bunny
food
chow.
prepared by
And
Alicia.
bat curry.
The bad guy. Don't remind me. Oh.
Oh, yeah, Tzarina was making curry again.
That and so being tattled on only activates
Tiddly
Lara,
taddly.
which is great because we needed some activation there.
Yeah.
Episode 10. This is the one. It's called A Greek Tragedy.
Okay, and
A plus.
that, and also the dramatic production and editing. We go back in time. We
Oh.
start because
This is
we started with a shot of Harry's full snotty
Yep.
tears, like to the point where Simon was like, "What, are we halfway through the episode?" And he's trying to rewind it. No.
In Bravo.
Bum, bum, bum.
In Bravo world, this means shit is about to
Oh.
go
Oh, I know.
down when they're like
When it's
24 hours
time-stamped.
early. Yeah, when you
Bam,
get
bam.
when you're told that it is 10:27
Yep.
a.m.
Doomsday Clock.
It's
And as soon as I
my
saw that
nipples
happening,
were hard. I was like, we're getting the episode finally. We've all been waiting for it. They did fucking like, spoilerina
they
it.
really need to get on top of their spoilers because it is not okay.
I guess they want to keep you hooked because those first episodes were a slog.
Don't show faces then.
True, just show.
Hands hitting walls.
But they've all got such
Butts.
distinctive bad tats that we'll be able to figure out who it is.
I don't know. I was clinging to a little bit of hope that it wasn't Johnny. I wanted Johnny to be like
Yeah.
the nice Greek guy who doesn't punch
I
things.
know, same. No, I could tell. Well, he also said he's into like jujitsu or whatever. So I was like, of course it's him.
But was he the one that was reading all of these like books, heightened like philosophical tomes?
Was he?
I don't know.
I think-
Was that a different season?
Yeah, I don't recall such things. Just because he's Greek doesn't mean he's into philosophy, mate.
No. It was some other guy from the last season. I can't even remember who it
Oh,
was.
that's right.
Do you remember? And he was like Pan or something. I don't know.
There's always some guy like that. That's
always
like,
some
I'm
guy.
deep. I'm not like the rest of the guys.
And he was a model and he had long hair.
Oh, Alex?
With
With the curly hair.
That was the
Gorgeous
Alex, wasn't
Alex.
it?
They've put him on another show. He
I'm
was
a
on
model.
Winter House. And he caused some chaos on that.
Oh, below
Just
deck
stooping
on
around.
land.
It's very below deck on land. He stooped around.
Of course he did. It's what he's there
He's
for.
gorgeous.
What's his OnlyFans?
I fucking wish. Yeah.
As if he's got one,
Does he?
surely.
Nah. You'd think they do, but I don't know. Or when they do, it's literally just like a photo of their toenail. And they're like, haha, gotcha. Because you don't know what's behind that paywall.
With
until you
Aisha to
get
be
there.
like bumholes and poos in toilets.
Oh, did you see she went on Amazing Race? With Scott! Scott!
I knew I'd seen her somewhere else. I couldn't remember where it was.
I don't know if that's been or it's happening. I don't know. I don't fuck with AR, but
Oh,
love and light to Aisha.
I used to love it because I used to think, I could do that. But
Yeah, 'cause
now
it's-
I'm like, it's too
yeah.
much running with backpacks.
Yeah.
And that is an uncomfortable
We
thing.
would be a great duo on AR.
Yeah, our anxiety would be really good. And our need to be early for everything.
And because
Oh
I'd
my
love to
God,
do it
our
with Adam,
heads
but
would
neither of us have a
explode.
driver's license. So I'd need
okay.
you so I could be passenger
Yeah, that's right.
princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yelling from the back seat.
I've even got a motorbike license, babe.
You've got a motor yacht? motor yacht Katinka?
Katina.
Yeah.
Katinka. Oh.
Oh, so huffing and puffing, Vihan gives Harry confusing directions to prioritize cleaning the sun deck. Or, yeah.
Can I, on a side note, I didn't understand Johnny's underlining code. Like, is he underlining things to do or things that are done on the whiteboard? That's an aside.
Oh, yeah, the whiteboard is a mess.
I thought that was going to be the point of contention, but clearly they all understand the process there.
The whole crew mess gives me so much
But also,
anxiety.
Vian didn't have a schedule for anybody.
No,
And is it? Yeah,
he doesn't know what's going on.
he doesn't know what's going on.
No, he's just looking in the mirror.
I was
at
starting
those
to wonder if
biceps.
he was illiterate, but then he wrote a letter.
Oh, Jason wakes the fuck up this week.
Yeah.
Having a brief chat with Lara about her spat with Vihan, he decides to clear the air with about his awkward run-in with Marina last episode. So, like, he kind of nips that in the bud.
Yep.
And she's pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. It's the fucking captain.
She's outrageous in that I think she's actually fun, but has a bit of perspective.
I agree.
That, like, there is a world outside.
Yeah, and she's pretty tough. Like, I think that conversation would break a lot of stews.
Yeah.
But she's like, cool, thanks. Like,
They'd
I
all
don't
be
know.
like in their head about it.
Yeah, like, oh no, the captain hates me. But she was just like, yeah, thanks. And I
Yeah.
think he was fair. He like isolated the behavior. He wasn't just like, you suck.
No.
And he's also on her side a bit with the Lara situation, like a little bit. Because he
he's
likes
advocating
leadership.
for
yeah,
her.
yeah.
But I think he did a similar thing with Johnny. He's like, look, you were good at this and you were good at this and you were good at this, but you got to get that fucking temper in check, man. You can't be doing
Exactly.
that kind of stuff. You can't lose your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, while they get changed into their blues, Harry and Vian continue to argue about an unfueled jet ski. And Vian complains about Harry's undermining of his authority. But I'm like, is it undermining of your authority when you don't know what?
When you're pointing out something that's not done.
Yeah. It's just
I mean, it's dibby dobby, but it's also like dibby dobby. You got to make a note of all of those things, so that you can take it to captain and get that guy fired.
Get that guy fired so bad.
You
You got to take note. Yeah, I love that. Like, whenever
They're
you
your
have an issue
receipts,
at work,
babe.
everyone's like, write everything down.
get it in an email.
One email. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like day 3,
Day
10:27 a.m.
sobbing with the girls.
Astrid's just called me a dumb bitch.
Look, she's right.
No one heard. And she's
and it was all in my head.
she's absolutely right. Oh my God. So yeah, this continues their kind of tension between their dynamic, which is like, I love that Vian thinks that people are going to be on his side, because you're watching it back and you're like, mate, like, you're being so unreasonable.
Apart from being two white men on boats, I can't think of two people who are quite so different.
Yeah, true. The similarities end there.
Yeah.
Particularly in height, but also in perspective. Harry is like a soft boy, and it's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. And I
Yeah.
hope that he doesn't, like, out himself as an anti-vaxxer or anything.
True.
I want good things for Harry.
Me too. I think he's
I
legit.
don't
I'm
want-
buying it.
I don't want me for Harry, but I want
No,
good things for him.
I don't want me for Harry either, but yeah,
Until we find out that he's a Nepo baby and, like, yeah.
I feel like they would have told us that by now. They would have thrown him under the bus in the edit. Dad was Captain Winklebottom from...
No, so we're getting that with Nick, though,
We're
aren't
getting
we?
that. Yeah, Nick is the Nepo baby. The guests leave. I can't actually remember who these guests were. They were the phone party guests, but I can't remember what was their vibe.
Sorority sisters again?
Oh,
I
was
don't
it them
know.
still?
No.
The guests have been not the focal point of this season at all, which means that they're not doing anything crazy.
No, where's Roy Orbison Jr.?
Exactly. Or like, yeah, or one of the Real Housewives or something.
Yeah.
That's what we love.
Or the drama queens.
Yeah, we had some, like the first guests, I think, were the ones with the anal beads or whatever. That was kind of funny. And then after that, we've heard nothing from the guests.
But where are the ones that know about food?
Oh my God.
The restaurateurs,
Yeah. These guys leave a big tip though. It was $25K, which is big, especially
big.
considering what the next guest, the Dubai ladies, did, which was gag worthy.
I
So
know.
bad.
That was like...
Stingy
Fomp.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. There was no sound effects for that either.
It should have been a or like a wop wow. Yeah. Yeah. They just kind of were like, oh yeah, that's the tip. I was like, no, shame them.
Well, Jason did. He's like, and that's not a reflection of how hard we worked or how well this went
No, I don't want that. But it is a reflection on how stingy these women are.
in Dubai.
Yeah.
Because you are their slaves.
Exactly. They were talking their cash up. I don't know. We'll get there.
She got an award.
In media excellence.
Well, she's got a PR
Dead.
firm. Hey, a small tip is not
Dead.
good PR, baby girl.
No, it's not.
You got to splash that cash to make
Splash
sure
it.
people know how rich you are.
Oh, so the crew get ready to go out. Let's be honest, the episodes where they don't go out as a crew suck. Like they should have that on every episode.
Yeah.
because we need them to go out.
Because they're just filler episodes otherwise.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cleaning cabins, okay, mopping. Oh, okay, Vianne's stooped it again.
Yeah. Also, these nightclubs in the Seychelles, woo, that are all empty.
But yeah, we're getting the.
No,
There's no there's no distant shots. It's just
it's
like
not Ibiza.
the rotating camera in the middle of the crew who are dancing
Yeah.
in slow mo.
Yeah. So good. As they get ready to go out, they're all checking in with each other in their cabins, which this seems to be this season like where all the good shit goes down. As happens again
Absolutely.
in the most recent episode as well. But Lara vents to Bree about how frustrating it is to work with Vihan, which I'm like, yeah, pretty obvious. Meanwhile, Adair gets ready to go on her date with Vihan, which I totally forgot was happening. Like this is when they go on the dates.
I could not watch.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when the production obviously says to someone, "Hey, go out for a coffee with this other person
Don't have
and
to do it.
talk about." No.
Yeah. So they go and have like the most awkward sushi experience. I was like, what?
Yeah, they don't get sushi in pickup trucks. I don't even know if Adair's
She's
ever
like,
had
what's
it before.
this? What's this saying?
Don't
Raw
you
fish?
flame grill your fish here?
What next? Is this catfish? Yeah. Tzarina then just, this is why we love her service, unleashes chaos on the night by telling the whole table, Sans, Adair and Vihan, that
He grabbed her
Vihan
ass.
grabbed her ass and kissed her neck, which we saw and like did happen.
And that's why Johnny...
Then, so it's like stunning, throwing under the bus. Then Lara wastes not a minute. Like Adair and Vian return to the group, and like before they've even like had their first ciggy, like she like pulls her aside and tells Adair everything that Tzarina said.
And Adair was secretly in her own mind going, "Oh my God, thank God I've gotten out."
Yes, she's like, fuck yeah.
I think she just said, "Well,
puts the paper
I
plate
don't
back
like
on.
that."
Yeah,
And she's like, "Oh,
great.
thank God."
She knows she's like out of it. So she's like, hallelujah.
I was relieved for her.
Me too. And then in true like Grease fashion, it was very like, tell me more, because then Johnny, it's like the boys, and like Johnny tells Vihan everything that Tzarina said, and then we get these like cut betweens. This was quite cute. It was like cut between like, what did she say?
The summer, yeah.
So now the beans are out that surprise, surprise, Vihan's a messy bitch. It's like, I could have told you that. You guys not got eyes?
Yeah, meanwhile, Johnny's saying this to Vihan because Johnny's saying, "Don't you go for Alessia."
Yeah, which was foreshadowing because it's like
Foreshadowing.
ooh. But in Vihan's mind, everybody wants. We're getting there, but like he's just like has puss wants me. Like that's his like equation. Yeah. Oof. So it's all out there, but then shit really heats up back in their cabin, and this is when we get the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life. Vihan like threatening Harry, but for what reason
We don't know.
Still am unclear about.
I don't know. And Harry doesn't know either.
And then he's like, "Be careful. You need to stop what you are doing."
And Harry's like, "What am I doing?"
And he's like, "Could you explain to me in words what
Stop
I'm
being
No,
taller
you-
than me.
Stop being taller. I told you.
I told you.
Stop what
I
you are
told
doing."
you when you got here. Stop being taller than me.
And I actually loved Harry because at one point I'm like, is he trolling? Because he's like, what am I doing though? Like it did get a little bit like
Very King George.
Yeah.
Why are you mad?
Yeah, but why are you mad though?
Why are you
Oh,
mad
it's King
though?
George. Why are you so mad?
But I think Harry wanted to know.
I actually think he genuinely was just like, nah, but what? Like, what's going on? And they're drunk.
And meanwhile, Johnny's in the room with them, not saying anything to
Yeah.
anyone. I think he's just saying, "You two go away from each other."
Johnny was
Johnny-
uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable.
With this. He doesn't like getting in between.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing anything constructive.
Oh, not at all. He just couldn't be fucked. In his mind, it was like he had
I could be
boner vision for
fingering a sous
Alice.
chef.
He wanted to be fingering the sous chef, and he was like, "Great, these guys will fight. They'll leave, and then I can get
Finger a sous chef.
into bed with Alicia." And fuck them.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. So at the hot tub, Lara and Tzarina rally around Harry, who's having his little cry. And this reminds me
Little
of
cry?
me.
Oh.
Yeah. I will walk off this boat. I will walk off this boat.
That was me at the last
tomorrow.
fit. Yeah.
It's literally me like in high school drinking too many cruises and like crying for no reason. And everyone's like, they're like got one hand on your back, but they're also like looking around being like, what happened? Do you know what? I don't know what happened. And you're like, everything happened. You know.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Harry, we don't know.
We don't know either, Harry.
And then Cuddlegate commences.
Oh, and the way I was screaming at the telly.
Screaming.
Screaming.
was- Iconic. It was like,
But
we
you
all
know-
remember where we were, 9/11.
I've done that before.
The moon landing. You've done Cuddlegate. What? Were you
I
Alicia
was-
or were you Johnny?
I was the girl. I was Alicia. And
Someone else hopped into your bed.
no.
Oh, no, so you hopped into another person's bed.
I was at a party and I was having a nap in someone's bed, the guy who I liked, and my friend came in and had a nap next to me. And this was a really good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I woke up halfway through and then I was like, we were making out. And then I was like, oh, no, you're not who I thought you were.
Oh my God. Actually, I think I know this story and I think I know who you're talking about. Oh my
No,
God.
I don't know
Oh,
if
no,
you
it's
know
not.
them.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no.
Wow. Amazing. So you've got first-hand boots on the ground experience.
Yeah,
of
but
Cuddlegate.
like that it was different.
Yeah.
And
And
the
you
other
weren't
person
working on a boat.
and the other person didn't come in.
See that.
I
what would have
stopped it.
happened?
Oh,
Did the other person find out?
oh
at
it
any
probably would have saved me 2 years of heartache and pain from our subsequent relationship.
point? Oh my God.
But yeah,
Yes, yeah, so we've got
the
the cut between of
screaming.
Harry sooking and then also this happening. So like Alicia walks in.
It's pitch
She's
black
pitch
in there.
black. She's like doesn't know what's happening. She's like
Johnny,
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 ah.
Johnny.
And then hops into
Vian's
Vian's bed. So it's like
she
so
doesn't know.
I-
She's been on the
I
boat for 20
fully
minutes.
am on her side with this. I don't think she knew, but it is like the one questionable thing I have is like that was where his bed has always been. But
and they
often
showed us that at the start
Yeah,
of the
they
episode.
did. They were fucking trolling her one day.
Yeah.
They're like in a car, and it was like, "This is Vian's bed." I'm like,
But
to
you know-
that I say they do switch around all the time. No,
I don't know.
I feel like they do because it's like I've watched every fucking season of this godforsaken show, and they fucking switch around sometimes because sometimes they're like,
especially
"Hey,
on nights out.
I know," and they're like, "Can you go out because we're gonna stop and
Mm.
things like that." So I don't think that's the crazy bit. The crazy bit is Vihan being like, "Oh yeah,
He's like,
sure.
He's just like, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh,
What's
a
going
girl
on?
wants to fuck.
He,
Oh, I better."
He knows.
He knows it's not a
He
dare.
knows. Look, maybe
Or
he was
Tzarina.
asleep, but maybe he just woken up.
He
but
was
he
not
knows.
asleep,
Yeah.
and he went in for it. He would have.
He
He would have gone in for like all of it if
he
if Johnny hadn't walked in.
Yeah.
Crazy,
And
so crazy.
Johnny, to his small credit,
Mm.
did not blow up at Alicia.
Yes. Yep.
for
Yep. Yep.
even a
No, you're
second.
right.
As
That's
soon as she walked out,
Tr-
she apologized, and he's like,
True.
"You're okay.
You're
okay.
absolutely right.
You're fine."
Yep,
He
yep,
was
yep.
not angry at her.
Yeah. And then he sat on it, and then he chose violence. And I want
To a wall.
To a wall, and they
Yeah.
had so much to drink. So it's like, yeah, I think you're right. That is to his credit, and I think
like
that's
if
why
you
they-
want to take one little
True.
positive out of it, but it's still not okay.
And I think that's why they chose to not like fully shame him, which I'm impressed with too, because they
But also his audio grabs all season have been heavy.
heaven. Oh no, I would rather dye my hair pink than have Botmans. Botmans.
Oh, he's from bloody Transylvania now.
Yeah, I know. But he had like a caricature
Yeah,
Greek
he
accent.
did. He did. He did.
Yeah.
It was the Greekest Greek thing.
Mm.
But yeah, that was wild.
So wild. And yeah, it did get a bit scary. And then the way that they like shot it, like edited it like a horror movie,
Bum,
with,
bum, bum.
and then like him covering the camera with some underwear, which felt kind of like snuff film. It got really dark really
After
quickly.
the knuckle bite. Oh, the best little the
And
knuckle
then
bite.
amazing. Oh my god. Anyway, episode 11 was called "The Shots You Don't Take," and really all that happens here is Johnny and Vian get fired.
Yep.
It's like the dust settles from the cuddle gate. They both took it pretty well, which I was impressed by, but also they're up being filmed.
Yeah. Alessia Depressia.
Yeah. And iconic Queen Adair just going, "Oh no, not Vian leaving the boat. My love, please don't go."
And Lara giving us one little iconic moment.
Yeah.
Johnny and Vian have left the boat. Yeah, we're all going to miss Johnny a lot.
Oh,
Silence.
That was good.
That was one little
That was
moment.
That was her one
Mm.
like stunning diva moment.
Yep.
But we need more of those.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Less
good.
eyebrows, more icon.
Yes, more iconic. Then fucking bring on the newbies. We get Nate
I was expecting
Salmon.
another hot babe for some reason.
I mean, I think
But then
Nate Salmon is fuckable.
I meant,
Oh, you mean a
Female-
girly? Oh,
female
I'm
babe.
sorry. Oh, yeah.
but then you couldn't because
Nah,
it was,
they need more men now because
they
there's
lost
already a
two
lot of girls.
beefcakes.
They beefcakes. They needed some new.
And now
tox
we've got
masculinity.
a salmon and a bloody theatre boy.
Yeah, we've got Salmon and Nepo Child, who's just.
Yeah.
"Ew, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm so
Taking a
sorry.
shot of tequila."
No, it's not what I do.
No. And yeah, straight away. So the Dubai ladies check in, which did make me sad that we no longer have a Real Housewives of Dubai because that show was amazing and they canned it, and it could have been them. And then they all seem to be doing well, but dun dun dun.
Womp, womp,
Nicholas
womp.
takes a shot of tequila, which is a no-go. And I love, who is it? It's like Brie or
Yeah,
someone.
it's Brie.
like, oh,
We can't drink on
can't
charter.
drink on charter.
And you know that he wouldn't have said anything to the captain were it not
True.
for the cameras.
Totally. And I mean, I wouldn't either.
Mm-mm.
Ep 12, across frenemy lines, we get a rum tasting.
We get
And-
Tzarina being pissy because she's got to pull some foil off.
This was great when she's like, "Do you think you'll be all right?" She's like, "All right, taking the fucking foil off the potato
I
salad.
can
Yeah,
take some
I'll
covers
manage.
off."
I'll manage. Thanks so much."
And then Lara, after the fact, has the nerve to say, "Oh, you left before the guests arrived." Like she was thinking
like,
Tzarina would be there to serve the guests,
Who
saying,
does
"I
she need to be? I think that's just
No.
like, I think in Lara's mind, it's like the ultimate luxury experience. Like, have the personal chef with you. But it's like, who cares?
And
That's
also
why you have
who-
a sous.
who wants Serena's energy at lunch? Not me." Oh, indigestion.
Keep that shit
Yeah.
away from it. True. Yeah, hello, do anyone want a funny story about the back curry? Could sing that. Who was the chef that used to like sing at karaoke and stuff?
What
was her name? I love her. Oh fuck! Then it was like, give me a real nasty. Beat.
Oh, Rachel.
Rachel, I love Rachel.
And
I
then
would want
she
her
had
around at lunch.
she had three like acts to her. There was messy Rachel. There was Rachel with the boyfriend, and then there was,
She was great.
cleaned up Rachel.
But then
she
she
was
always-
a good
She was
chef.
great. She was a good chef, and I liked her vibes, man.
Oh, she walked off the boat. She told Captain Lee she
That's
could
right.
shove it up his
Show
scooter.
her his scooter, and she was everything.
She was a roofer.
She was so good. Bring her back on.
Yeah.
Captain Lee's gone now, so put her on. I saw they've got
Is
Chef Ben back for the next season of Down Under and Daisy, because I think maybe Sailing Yacht's taking a little.
Well,
break.
yeah, Sailing Yacht was done. They need to
Yeah,
refresh
Gary
that.
Killed that.
And Daisy should not have been
Daisy,
like Daisy and Gary. Like put that to bed.
what do you want from me, Gary?
Oh, what? I just want to know
I
if
did everything for you, Gary. There, I could watch those two forever.
Oh, I could
Sorry.
not.
I
You're
know
on
it's
your
like
own.
I know it's dead horse territory, but I still just get a kick out of her just smoking a cigarette and being like, Gary,
What do you want from me, Gary? It's very like. Oh,
I'm trying to smoke a cigarette, Gary. Can't you see, Gary?
I just every time I look at them, I'm like, you two had sex a lot, and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She did that to herself.
She would have pegged him.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, Tzarina's trust issues remain, even with new Sue. Alicia.
So, yeah, go on.
No, that's...
I was just going to say Tzarina is taking out her unpopular girl energy on
Yes.
poor little sous chef
I know.
who's
'Cause
heartbroken when she's
dressing up like a little pin-up girl.
Lara's trying to groom her, so Tzarina's angry at Lara, taking it out on the little guy.
So true. And I think now that Alicia is a part of the cool girl clique, blonde girl clique, I think Tzarina is not okay.
Tzarina is, I think, for her own health and well-being, she needs to be taken off reality TV.
Yeah, but for my health and well-being, she needs to remain on the show.
Well, she's looking in herself fantastic this
Oh, yeah,
season.
she looks great.
She looks
Also,
great.
If Adair has a paper plate for a face, Tzarina has the opposite of that.
She has,
Yeah.
what is the opposite of a paper plate?
Like, she can't mask. And
And
that's why
she-
she's great for TV.
And she actually said that as well
Yeah.
while she was drunk before she blew up at Lara. She's like, I physically cannot mask my feelings.
Which is great. The producers
Great
are
for
like,
telly.
we know. The psych evaluation told us everything
Oh,
we
yeah.
needed to know. Frida, stop that.
Frida Juanita.
There's a mysterious delivery man at the door that Frida's protecting us from. It's very cute. This was, I thought, a very patronising, strange moment. Nate makes Harry lead deckhand.
I think it felt unnecessary because there was never any question about needing a lead deckhand. And there wasn't a lead deckhand previously?
But also, like...
Was it a bonding moment?
I was confused this whole... I think so. I think they were like, let's make this thing. Also, it's like, before that, they showed us a package of Harry, like, explaining the whole boat to Nate. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
no
Nate's
shit.
like, yeah, I'm just going to let him do it.
He's like, no ego here. I love a strong, independent woman. Grew up with a mother and a sister that was also a woman. It's like, okay.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, where's this going to go?
Yeah.
I love women so much that I can't keep my hands off a strawberry shortcake bikini.
The Dubai girlies leave us
A pitiful
tiny
pittance.
tip. And then we get this like very long break. Normally it's like that happens and then they just go out. Or they clean up and stuff. This was like them bumming around the boat all afternoon.
It's like
what was
the
that?
Dubai girls left early in the morning.
must have
And the
early
clubs, that nightlife in Seychelles
Woo!
does not kick off.
True.
Until sundown.
Yeah. Cute. But we also needed all this time because this was when
This
some
is when
shit went
Tzarina
down.
got into her orange bikini and barged into her room and was upset because someone else was having a conversation.
Yeah. Well, in her defense, Alicia was having a bitch.
It was
But
about
also,
it was
come on.
about her, but people are allowed to have conversations.
I know.
Is this a private conversation? Yes, Tzarina.
Oh my God. And then Nate flirts with Alicia in the hot tub.
The salmon and the bean.
The salmon. Oh, yeah. What's that fish you've got on ya next to the kangaroo?
Yeah, it's the salmon. Me name's Salmon.
My nickname's Salmon too. Got a lot of pink bits.
Oh, I love to swim upstream.
Oh, then they go out for dinner with Captain Jason. You know, Captain Jason loves joining them, but he's not allowed to go to the club. You know he wants to.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
I think he said it in an interview once.
I think he's like, or about not going to the club.
Yeah, he wants to, but they're like, the producers won't let him because they want them all to misbehave with him.
Cut
not there.
loose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just get the impression that he's like, all right, thank God. The children are gone.
Maybe a little bit.
But
Anyway.
then at the club, things heat up.
Yeah, Nick and Marina have an awkward dance floor pash. Very quick. I thought
Was
they
it awkward or was it really long?
were,
I mean,
both.
awkward because it's an empty club.
Yeah, that
and
was
there's probably no music because it's all post production.
Breeze just watching like woo
And
on her own.
Lara and Tzarina are in some weird green lit corner.
But like,
yeah, that was
I didn't think we were going to get that so soon.
no.
They were planting
And
it.
I
Like,
don't know who started it.
No idea. It almost looked like he did.
It did,
Surely not.
but like I mean,
Is it an act? Oh.
I think it would make sense because he's so useless that his timing is completely outrageous.
Mm.
That's faster than Johnny was trying to move.
True. Maybe he's got less time with us because they've probably only got like 2 charters left, right?
My highlight of this episode,
Yeah.
though, was before that. The 3 boys were in the... And Harry's there, like, talking to the new guy, saying, all right, go on, give me the goss. Who are you into?
Harry's a little gossip quack.
And Nate's talking about Alicia. And then Nick is like, oh, yeah, I like Marina. And Harry's like, ooh, fire. And he's like, no, I think she's very, very nice. And it was just...
No, actually.
This is a very, very nice
Fire.
girl.
No, what do you mean?
Fire, no. It was
Sorry, she's got not a short temper one bit. Like his little accent is cute.
Oh, he's
he
so
almost
cute.
it's like because he's French, right? But then his mum is
I think his
Chinese?
dad is French.
Yeah.
We'll find out in a later season when his dad's captain.
True, but like the accent sometimes sounds really Aussie. Like when he's
Yeah,
talking, I was
that's
like, oh, he's Australian. But then I'm like, oh no, he's not. He just kind of has that international school accent.
Well, yeah, or British. Like,
It's
sounds
yeah.
like
But that's the thing. There's international schools.
Global.
They like give
Yeah,
them
but
these
they're
fake
usually
British
American.
accents. Oh, really? I've heard the ones where it's like
oh,
I don't know.
who knows? Anyway, he's not one of us.
No, but I could have thought maybe for a bit. I was like, oh,
Totally. Yeah,
two more Aussie guys.
that's what I keep thinking.
Mm.
Bad
Anyway,
luck for a dare. The 4 Aussie blokes just hang on. 4, 3, 4 with captain.
Yes, they had a quota to reach for it to be down under. Lara and Tzarina finally have a little bust up, and it's about plates. Plates. Those hideous plates that did not match the theme. I died. What a cliffhanger.
Those green plates were gross though.
They were disgusting. But to leave us on this, I was like, wow.
But
this
also,
is
you
great.
don't serve curry on white plates.
Not bad curry, no.
Not bat curry in a bucket.
I don't know. If I was on a like luxury yacht, I would kind of want everything to be white and crisp. Like just,
Yeah.
like look really...
White glove service.
I would want that. And I know it's not... And I would not want fucking $2 shop shit on the table.
That's the thing that gets me every time. When they walk in, they're like, it's amazing. And everyone's
It's
wearing
just-
like plastic Vegas glasses. No.
It cheapens the whole thing. Can't you just get some flowers? What's wrong with just some flowers?
Orchids.
Literally just buy one orchid.
One.
That's what they do in like...
And do you know
first.
what?
Mm.
Smoke machine. Everything looks better with a smoke
True.
machine.
A little mist, a little haze.
Smoke machine, yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's a
some
bit.
that's
Sometimes they get good stuff on. Like sometimes they get like a drag queen or like someone to come on and do a little number or whatever. That I would be happy with. When
the local dancers, yeah.
Look,
But it
love
always
the
looks
local dancers.
so awkward.
but at least it's not the crew being the dancers. That shit is cringe.
I don't know if it's worse being the crew or the guests when it's
Yeah,
like
true.
performance night.
No. Well, we did it.
And then here we are.
Another 4 episodes.
The boat is
in the
docked.
books. We've thank fuck we didn't get a boat dock drama cliffhanger. I'd prefer a ugly plates drama cliffhanger.
Yeah, I want to see that archive footage of Captain Jason explaining why he ran his boat into the dock again.
Yeah, they haven't rolled that clip in
We
a
haven't
while.
seen that this season.
Oh, well,
Maybe Katina's too important.
she's a beautiful boat.
She's a professional boat.
She's-
She's got a lift.
And a lot of stairs that they love to tell us how many stairs people
Yeah, but
have walked
automatic
up.
doors that don't work this episode.
Oh, that's right.
I
a lot of
I was
flop.
expecting that to be a thing. So how many episodes have we got left in the season?
I think another 5.
5.
I think we have 17 episodes this season. What are your hopes and predictions?
Well, I want to see a reunion special after.
We haven't had one of
that's-
those for years,
No.
right?
No, and
Andy
I don't.
Cohen is so done with Below Deck.
Ugh.
He does not care.
Well, I mean, the casting kind of suggests it as well, doesn't
Yeah.
it? What else do I want to see? I want to see. I don't want to see it, but I want someone to actually shtup properly.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I want to see it.
And
Who's going to shtup? I reckon maybe Nick and Marina. They seem the horniest. Because Harry's not putting out.
I don't know. Nick just screams kind of pre-cummy to me.
Absolutely.
But hey, he might surprise us all.
Mm.
I don't want it to happen in the shower, and I don't want it to be Tzarina. Because I
Who's Tzarina going to shtup?
I worry for her mental health.
Me too.
I don't.
We need eyes on Tzarina.
Look, we might see a shower masturbation scene from her. Like, do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, or
if
like
she gets
hear it.
so pent.
Yeah, she does need a good
I don't know.
fuck. Surely, aren't there like faceless engineers on the boat? Do you reckon she's down in the engine room?
Looking for the new Colin.
Ooh, Colin was dreamy.
It'll never get better than Colin.
No.
I don't know. I don't know where this season's going
Oh, I
to
have
go, to
no-
be
and
honest,
look, I have no
because
idea.
it's so like.
And I don't want to know because the whole first half was spoiled. So I want this to be blind. I just want it to happen, and I want to strap in. Yeah,
Strap in, strap on.
maybe that'll be the finale. And I want Captain Jason to wear more kimonos and sell more kimonos.
That was a moment.
the
I
people.
didn't actually realize he was selling kimonos.
Oh yeah, she's on the branding game.
And is Harry a budgie smuggler partner?
Surely at this point,
Surely
they did some
a
content that I
partnership.
don't know if it was sponsored or not, but they did post a video that the other day of them all in budgie smugglers, and I was like, this is
That's
getting
SponCon.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Anyway, thanks for joining me this week, Astrid. It's been a
Arigato,
pleasure.
baby.
Arigato, baby. And I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.